Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dan from Global Telesat. Just going to talk you through how to go through the setup of a Spot device and a Spot website, and just show the bits and basics that you'll need to know when doing it. So once you've logged into Spot's website, this is the main page you'll be greeted with. At the top, you have your account summary, devices, maps, settings, and billings. So what we're going to basically mostly be looking at is devices and maps. With account summary, it's just a basic front page, it's nothing special. With my devices, so this is our rental page. We'll have all the rentals we have. So we have about 12, so they're showing this one at the moment. To go into the device you want to look at, you press edit settings, which would then take you to this page here. So on this page, what it gives you is quite a bit of information. So status, which is just here, billing dates, contract renewal dates, and then device firmware. So as you can see, there's an update required, which we'll do in a second, which services that has the profiles on messages used, authorization code, all the basic bits. So firstly, you can change the name of the device just here. So for instance, I do my rentals alphabetically, just to make life a little bit easier. And then that's really the one to really think about. SOS test mode, if you want to go through that yourself, more than welcome to, of course. And then third-party GPS forwarding, no need to worry about that at all. The next part you'd have to really worry about is SOS. So SOS is where you would put all the details for your contacts, your colleagues, and that sort of stuff. So for instance, if I'm filling this out for myself, I'll put my full name, put my full number, which will be that for now, and then another phone number, and then that's that. Below is any notes you want to give in for when you press the SOS button. So for instance, with all the rentals, I put in rental device, just so they know it's not ours. Rental device. And then here's where you put your primary and your secondary contacts, emergency contacts. So if I put my dad, and then my mum, so, and then when you choose the countries here, it'll just tell you the different country list. Of course, choose the same country you'd be going to. Once that's done, just click save. And that's updated the emergency contacts for that device. Let's close that. So the next one to look at is active message profile. So if you have multiple people on the Garmin, not the Garmin, sorry, the Spot using all the time, you have multiple profiles set up. So if I click onto this, it will show you all of our rental customers that we've had over the years, and it'll save all of their information. So if you have one worker using it one day and then another worker using it another day, you can basically assign it to them. And then when you've assigned it, it will save all the details you put in last time, so you haven't got to put it through again. So for instance, we are set up as test profile, and then every time test profile gets used, all of these emergency contact details will be kept. The other details will be kept as well are the check-in messages, custom messages, and help messages. So these are just basic buttons on the device. So it'd be, this is the check-in button, the tick. The text box will be the custom, and of course the help will be the two hands. SOS would be the button to the one that says SOS, of course. So on the check-in, you can choose the message you want. So for instance, with rentals, I always put everything's okay. And you'll see you actually have a character limit of how much you can use. So always be careful of not typing it too wordy. After you've done that, it'll ask you to assign who you're going to send it to. So if you want to add an email, for instance, this email, you should enter the email. As you can see, our normal info one's there. With mobile number, what you need to do is when it loads, it will say select, which is where you put the calling code in. So I'll just press 44 and now bring up all the 44s and then type the number. And before you can press save, you have to click the tick button just here, and then I'll let you save the message on there. So that number and that email is now correlated to that message. And just double check the message, the message is going to be locked in. Just press save, that has been saved. For the custom message, this can be anything you want. So I would normally put running late, but everything's okay, just as a basic. Please ignore my spelling mistakes. Yeah. And then same again, adding email, adding the phone number. So you can even type in the country code as country as well. Then number again. Tick. You haven't got to press save, by the way, after putting in the contacts. Those contacts will be put in automatically and be kept. I just press save just by habit. With the help one, this is you need help and non-emergency help. So if you need SOS, click the SOS. So for instance, what I normally put in for this message for rentals is please send non-SOS help to my location. And how I'd justify that sort of thing would be if your car's broken down in the middle of nowhere, you need someone to come out and get you, you'll press that. Or if there's just been like a bit of a thing where you need someone to come get you as soon as possible, that way. But again, with SOS, I would recommend just using SOS if that situation arises and go from there. So everything here is now saved. So we've got messages, profile, and everything like that. You can actually also change the tracking for the device. So this will be done via the place you do all the firmware updates. So if you click firmware update required, it will take you to a new page, which will give you the option to download the product for this. And now literally just take you to what's on my screen now. To connect your spot to the device, what you need to do is unscrew the back where the batteries are, and just above the batteries here, there's a micro USB input. So just plug it into your computer when you have it. And once that's been found, it will let you do all the details. Let's restart that to get that up. Perfect. So you get all of this up, firmware up to date, settings, if you change settings, click fresh. So if you want to change all the settings on here, that's the best way to do it. So to do that as well, you do have to turn the device on, I find. So it's plugged in now. I've just turned it on. Now I've just heard the ding in my ear. Then that should update this again. So next, what we're going to look at is the map share. So the map share is where you're going to find all the information out about where the device is, send a check-in message, and that sort of stuff. You'll find that just at the top by clicking Maps. So all the devices you're going to see on here are just my rentals, so there's nothing you're not going to need to see. So if you click into the device as well, it will also give you information of what you can see. So this is telling you where the location is, longitude and latitude, the speed it was going, and the altitude. And then if you go down the sides, if you click X here, and just look at all these ones, you can literally just click into it, and it'll show you takes you to the device. Click again, take you straight to the device. If you want to give people access to the map share, but not all the devices you have set up, you can do a share view. On the left corner where there's pluses, if you click add an item and then add a shared view just down here, you'll be able to do a share view where it gives people limited access. So here you can choose what dates they can see. So you can either give them the complete history of the device, you can choose custom time sets. So for rentals, I do it from when I tested it until it comes back. And then you can choose which specific assets you want to be. So if you wanted it to be A, B, and C, nothing else. If I can just quickly change the custom. And we want it for just for this year so far. Once that's done, press next. Here is down to what you want to see. So you can make it public where the link makes it so you can literally put in the URL, it's done. Or you can make it private where it needs a password. All the other bits down to the discretion. Default map mode, I always put it as live, but you can put history if you wanted to. And the rest of it is just random bits you can click yes or no for. Here's language, time zones, and the different formats. And then you click create shared view. And then that's a link. And then all you need to do is just put that in. Then that will give you a shared view that only can see those 3 devices. And you can click on the side, and it'll take you to each one. And that's pretty much the simplicity of the map share. Anything else to be shown on the website would be in the settings as well, just to like give you a look into it. So other than in the maps as well, you have manage my map settings. So if you have just basic, that's including the price, or you can go for the extra ones as well. TrueSpot is down to discretion. You can get a few extra features with it as well. So here you can see the list goes a little longer and it gets a bit more in-depth what you can do. And that's pretty much it. In the settings and billings is just your usual settings. So there's nothing really there that's really different. And that should be it. If there's any questions though, feel free to talk to me or James, and we're happy to help where we can. Thank you very much.